You are here because something is broken. Perhaps not on the surface. You might have a job, friends, and a routine, but deep down, you feel the fracture. You feel the gap between the person you are and the person you know you could be. You are tired of your own excuses. You are tired of watching others live the life you visualized for yourself. You are tired of the noise. This is not a self-help book. This is a demolition project. To build a skyscraper, you must first dig a hole. You must excavate the dirt, the rocks, and the unstable soil until you hit bedrock. Only then can you pour the foundation. Most people try to build a new life on top of their old habits, their old distractions, and their old insecurities. They wonder why the structure collapses the moment the wind blows. You cannot find yourself by going into the world. You find yourself by coming out of it. The 30-day lock-in. For the next 30 days, you are going to enter a period of strategic isolation. We call this the protocol. This is not about being antisocial. It is about being pro-you. It is about channeling every ounce of your cognitive, emotional, and physical energy into a single laser beam of focus. The world wants you weak. It wants you distracted. It wants you scrolling, clicking, buying, and comparing. The world profits from your lack of focus. Every time you pick up your phone to check a notification, you are selling a piece of your soul for a microdose of dopamine. You are making someone else rich with your attention. Focus on you until you win is the antidote. It is a declaration of war against mediocrity. Over the next 4 parts, the detox, the vision, the lock-in, and the test, we are going to strip away everything that isn't essential. We are going to rewire your brain to crave hard work instead of cheap thrills. Do not read this book or listen to it passively. If you listen to this while scrolling Instagram, turn it off. You aren't ready. But if you are ready to disappear for a month so you can re-emerge unrecognizable, then turn the page. The clock starts now. Chapter 1. Digital Fasting and Dopamine Control. Day 1 is not about adding new habits. It is about stopping the bleeding. You cannot fill a bucket that is riddled with holes, and right now, your attention bucket is more whole than plastic. The primary weapon used against your potential is the device in your pocket. Your brain is designed to seek rewards. In the wild, dopamine was released when we found food, shelter, or a mate. It was the fuel for survival. Today, that biological machinery has been hijacked by Silicon Valley engineers who are smarter than you, wealthier than you, and working 24 hours a day to keep you addicted. When you wake up and immediately check your phone, you are putting your brain into a reactive state. You are letting the world dictate your mood before you have even brushed your teeth. You see a bad news headline? You're anxious. You see an ex-partner happy? You're depressed. You see a frantic email? You're stressed. You have lost the day before it began. If you do not control your eyes, you cannot control your mind. The gray world. Color is data. Your phone uses bright reds, notifications, vivid blues, refresh buttons, and warm gradients, Instagram logos, to mimic the colors of ripe fruit in nature. Your primate brain sees these colors and thinks, important, eat this. To win, you must make the distraction unappealing. You must turn your smartphone into a dumb phone. The first step of the detox is enabling grayscale mode. By stripping the color from your screen, you strip the emotional trigger. Instagram in black and white is boring. TikTok in grayscale is lifeless. That is the point. We want your phone to be a tool, not a toy. The attention residue. You think you can multitask. You think you can work on your business, check a text, and go back to work without consequence. You are wrong. Science tells us about attention residue. When you switch tasks, a part of your brain remains stuck on the previous task. If you check a notification that says, "We need to talk," and then try to study, you are studying with only 60% of your cognitive capacity. The other 40% is worrying about that text. By keeping your notifications on, you are voluntarily lowering your IQ. To focus on you until you win, you need 100% of your brain online. The protocol. Days 1 to 3. For the first 3 days of this challenge, you will implement the following rules. There is no negotiation here. The first 60 minutes. No phone for the first hour of the day. Buy an old-school alarm clock. Keep your phone in the kitchen, not the bedroom. Your morning mind belongs to you. Notification 0. Go into your settings. Turn off all notifications except for phone calls and text messages from immediate family. No Instagram likes, no news alerts, no email pings. If it's important, they will call. The content fast. For 7 days, you will consume no short-form content, no reels, no TikToks, no shorts. These erode your attention span. If you must watch something, it must be over 10 minutes long and educational. You will feel withdrawal. You will reach for your phone in your pocket and realize there is nothing to see. You will feel bored. Good. Boredom is the soil from which greatness grows. Sit in the boredom. Let your brain reset. Chapter 2. Environment Optimization. If Chapter 1 was about cleaning your internal hard drive, Chapter 2 is about cleaning your external chassis. You cannot have a clear mind in a chaotic room. Your environment is a constant feedback loop. If your surroundings are cluttered, dirty, and disorganized, your subconscious mind is constantly processing that visual noise. It creates a low-level background hum of anxiety. Look around you right now. Does your space look like the cockpit of a high-performance fighter jet? Or does it look like a storage unit for a person who has given up? The winner's environment is sparse, clean, and purpose-built. Your room is an externalization of your mind. Fix the room. Fix the mind. The energy of objects. Every object in your room holds energy because every object is a cue. A guitar in the corner is a cue to play music. A bag of chips on the desk is a cue to eat junk. A pile of unread mail is a cue to feel stressed about bills. To focus on yourself, you must audit your environment for negative cues. These are objects that trigger bad habits or remind you of past failures. Pictures of ex-partners, clothes that don't fit, broken gadgets you promised to fix 3 years ago. They all need to go. They are anchors dragging you down. Conversely, you must install positive cues. If you want to get fit, your running shoes should be the first thing you see when you wake up. If you want to write a book, a notebook should be open on your desk. You are designing a space where the path of least resistance leads to the win. The sanctuary concept. You need a dedicated zone for deep work. It doesn't matter if you live in a mansion or a dorm room. You need a specific square footage that is sacred. When you sit in this chair, you work. You do not eat in this chair. You do not scroll social media in this chair. You do not sleep in this chair. Over time, your brain creates a spatial association. The moment your body hits that chair, your brain shifts into focus mode automatically. This is how you hack your own psychology. You stop relying on willpower and start relying on environmental design. The protocol. Days 4-7. The second half of your first week is physical labor. We are preparing the vessel for the voyage. Take a trash bag. Walk through your room. Throw away actual trash. Then take a box. Put in everything that you haven't used in 6 months. Don't think about it. If it doesn't serve the new you, it goes in the box. Donate it or hide it in a closet. The surface rule. Clear every flat surface. Your desk, your dresser, your nightstand. There should be nothing on them except the absolute essentials. A lamp, a book, a glass of water. Empty space creates mental clarity. Digital hygiene. This applies to your computer too. If your desktop is covered in 50 random screenshots, delete them. Close the 40 browser tabs you have open. Read later actually means read never. Close them. Start fresh. By the end of day 7, your phone should be quiet and your room should be clean. You might feel a strange sensation, a mix of lightness and anxiety. You have stripped away the noise. Now you are finally ready to listen to the signal. Chapter 3. Writing the script. You have spent the last 7 days emptying the vessel. You are bored. You are restless. Good. Now we fill the void. But we do not fill it with hopes or dreams. We fill it with a script. Most people live life by accident. They wake up, react to whatever emails land in their inbox, eat whatever is in the fridge, and watch whatever is trending on Netflix. They are non-player characters, NPCs, in their own reality. They are drifting down a river, letting the current take them wherever it goes. Usually the current leads to a waterfall. To win, you must grab the oars. You must decide exactly where the boat is going. You need a vision so clear, so detailed, and so compelling that it pulls you through the pain of discipline. A clear vision does not make the work easy. It makes the work necessary. The anti-vision, fear as fuel. Modern self-help tells you to visualize success. They tell you to close your eyes and imagine the Lamborghini in the mansion. That is fine, but for most people, it is not enough. Humans are wired to avoid pain more than we are wired to seek pleasure. We run faster when a lion is chasing us than when we are chasing a gazelle. Before we define what you want, we must define what you dread. This is the anti-vision. Take a moment. Visualize your life 5 years from now if you change nothing. If you keep your current habits, your current work ethic, and your current mindset. Visualize your body soft and weak. Visualize your bank account stagnant. Visualize the look of disappointment in the eyes of the people who depended on you. Visualize being stuck in the same town, having the same complaints, bitter at the world because you never tried. Does that scare you? It should. That is the ghost of Christmas future. That version of you is waiting for you unless you kill him today. Write down your anti-vision. Make it visceral. Read it when you feel lazy. The high-definition target. Once you know what you are running from, you need to know what you are running toward. I want to be rich is not a goal. It is a wish. I want to be fit is vague. The brain cannot hit a target it cannot see. You need high-definition targets. Vague. I want to make more money. High def. I want to generate $10,000 in monthly recurring income from a remote business by December 31st. Vague. I want to look good. High def. I want to reach 12% body fat and be able to do 15 strict pull-ups. When you make the target specific, your brain switches from daydream mode to problem-solving mode. Instead of thinking, it would be nice to be rich, your brain asks, how exactly do I get to 10K a month? What do I sell? Who do I sell it to? Specificity breeds action. The protocol. Days 8 to 10. The funeral exercise. It is morbid but effective. Write your own eulogy. If you died today, what would be said? He watched a lot of TV and had potential? Now, write the eulogy you want to be read. He changed his family's trajectory. He built things that lasted. He was a man of his word. The gap between those two eulogies is the work you need to do. The perfect day. Script. Script out your ideal day hour by hour. Not a vacation day, but a work day. What time do you wake up? What are you working on? Who are you working with? How does your body feel? Write it in the present tense. I wake up at 6 a.m., energized. I drink water and sit at my mahogany desk. This script is your map. Chapter 4. Skill Acquisition Strategy. Passion is overrated. Skill is underrated. The world does not care about your passion. The world cares about the value you provide, and value is nothing more than a set of skills applied to a problem. Many people fail to win because they are focused on the outcome, the money, the fame, rather than the vehicle, the skill. You cannot be a millionaire with a minimum wage skill set. If you want to change your tax bracket, you must change your toolbox. You do not get paid for how hard you work. You get paid for how hard you are to replace. The gap between taste and ability. You have good taste. You know what a good business looks like. You know what a good body looks like. But right now, there is a gap between your taste and your ability to produce that result yourself. This gap is where dreams go to die. This is where the imposter syndrome lives. You try to write, and it comes out bad. You try to sell, and you get rejected. Most people quit here. They say, "I'm just not talented." Talent is a myth used by lazy people to justify their mediocrity. Everything is a skill. Sales is a skill. Focus is a skill. Confidence is a skill. Even happiness is a skill you practice. The only way to close the gap is through volume, doing the work over and over again until your ability catches up to your taste. Just in time. Learning. The education system taught you just-in-case learning. You memorized the periodic table and the dates of battles just in case you needed them later. You didn't. Winners use just-in-time learning. They don't try to learn everything. They pick a goal, identify the obstacle, and learn only what is needed to overcome that specific obstacle. Do not read 50 books on business. That is procrastination disguised as productivity. If you are trying to start a website, learn HTML. If you are trying to get clients, learn cold emailing. Learn the specific node that unlocks the next door. Stop hoarding information and start using it. The one skill focus. During this 30-day reset, you are forbidden from trying to become a jack of all trades. You need to be a master of one. You need a high-leverage skill. A high-leverage skill is something that, once mastered, pays dividends for the rest of your life. Examples include copywriting, the ability to sell with words; public speaking, the ability to move crowds; coding, automation, the ability to build digital assets; video editing, the ability to capture attention; financial literacy, the ability to multiply money. The protocol. Days 11-14. The selection. Pick one skill, just one. This is your focus skill for the remainder of the month. The curriculum. Do not just browse YouTube. Create a syllabus. Find the top 3 books on that skill. Find the top 5 practitioners. Your downtime is now devoted to studying this skill. The reps. Learning is active, not passive. You cannot learn to swim by reading a book about water. You must get wet. If you chose copywriting, rewrite 10 famous ads by hand. If you chose coding, build a landing page. If you chose sales, make 50 cold calls. By day 14, you will no longer be a person who wants to succeed. You will be a person equipped with a map, the vision, and a weapon, the skill. Now, we lock the door and do the work. Chapter 5. Deep Work Schedules. You have detoxed your mind. You have defined your vision. You have selected your weapon, skill. Now, we enter the engine room. Part 3 is where the grind stops being a slogan and starts being a mathematical reality. Most people mistake motion for action. They are busy all day. They answer emails, they attend meetings, they organize files, and they feel exhausted at 5 p.m. But if you ask them what they actually built, they have nothing to show for it. They are spinning their wheels in mud. To win, you must stop being busy and start being productive. These are opposites. Busyness is the state of being distracted by many things. Productivity is the state of being focused on one thing. The tool we use to achieve this is the deep work schedule. The amateur waits for inspiration. The professional knows that inspiration waits for the worker. The 4-hour rule. There is a biological limit to how much intense, high-level focus a human brain can generate in a single day. Science suggests that for true deep work, cognitive tasks that push your capabilities to their limit, the maximum is about 4 hours. 4 hours doesn't sound like much, but 4 hours of unbroken, laser-focused work is worth more than 40 hours of distracted, half-hearted work. The goal of the lock-in phase is not to work 18 hours a day until you burn out. The goal is to secure your 4 hours of deep work at all costs. Everything else in your day, chores, emails, errands, is shallow work. Shallow work keeps you from getting fired. Deep work gets you promoted. Shallow work pays the bills. Deep work builds the empire. The time block protocol. You will no longer use a to-do list. To-do lists are graveyards for good intentions. Instead, you will use time blocking. A task does not exist unless it has a specific time slot on your calendar. If you say, "I will write today," you won't. If you say, "I will write from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., you have a plan. During the lock-in, your schedule is law. The monk block, 90 minutes. This is your primary unit of work. Set a timer for 90 minutes. During this time, you do not stand up, you do not check your phone, you do not speak, you attack the task. The active recovery, 20 minutes. After the block, you must step away. Do not switch to another screen. Go outside, walk, stretch. Let your brain cool down so it can reload for the next round. The swallow the frog rule. Do your hardest, most intimidating monk block first thing in the morning. If you win the morning, you win the day. The protocol. Days 15, 18. For the next 3 days, you are a robot. You do not negotiate with your feelings. Step 1. Before you sleep, write down the 3 90-minute blocks for tomorrow. Know exactly what you will do before you wake up. Step 2. Create an entry ritual. The brain needs a trigger to enter flow. Make a cup of black coffee. Put on the same playlist, lo-fi or classical. Put on noise-canceling headphones. When the headphones go on, the world turns off. Step 3. Track the data. Did you hit the full 90 minutes, or did you crack at minute 45? Be honest. You are training your attention span like a muscle. It will be sore at first. Chapter 6. Physical optimization. You cannot run high-performance software on broken hardware. Your mind, the software, lives inside your body, the hardware. If your body is inflamed, tired, and toxic, your thoughts will be slow, negative, and weak. The stereotype of the successful person who doesn't sleep and eats garbage is a Hollywood myth. The true winners, the ones who sustain it for decades, treat their bodies like Formula One cars. They don't exercise to look good in a mirror. They exercise to sharpen the blade of their mind. Fatigue makes cowards of us all. Vince Lombardi. Sleep as a weapon. In hustle culture, sleep deprivation is worn like a badge of honor. "I'll sleep when I'm dead," they say. And they will be dead sooner than they think. Sleep is when your brain cleans itself. The glymphatic system flushes out neurotoxins that build up during the day. If you sleep 5 hours, you are waking up with a toxic brain. Your impulse control drops. Your emotional stability crumbles. Your ability to learn new skills vanishes. During the lock-in, 7.5 hours is not a luxury. It is a business requirement. You protect your sleep with the same ferocity that you protect your bank account. Fueling the machine. Most people are riding a glucose roller coaster. They eat a sugary breakfast or a high-carb lunch, pasta, bread, sandwiches. Their blood sugar spikes, giving them a burst of fake energy and then crashes 2 hours later. This crash is the brain fog you feel at 2 p.m. You cannot focus when your biology is fighting against you. To win, you need stable energy. Hydration first. Your brain is 73% water. Even 2% dehydration causes a significant drop in cognitive function. Drink 500 milliliters of water immediately upon waking. Avoid the coma. Save your carbohydrates for dinner to help you sleep. During the day, focus on protein and healthy fats. This keeps your blood sugar flat and your focus sharp. Movement is medicine. We are not training for the Olympics right now. We are training for the mind. Exercise releases BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which is essentially fertilizer for your neurons. It helps you learn faster and manage stress better. You do not need a complex gym routine. You need to sweat once a day, a heavy lift, a fast run, or high-intensity intervals. The moment you feel stuck mentally, move your body physically. Motion creates emotion. The protocol. Days 1921. We are closing out the third week. You are now tired. The initial excitement is gone. This is where the physical optimization saves you. The 10-for-3-2-1 rule. 10 hours before bed, no more caffeine. 3 hours before bed, no more food, alcohol. 2 hours before bed, no more work. 1 hour before bed, no more screens. Implement this tonight. You will realize that you haven't actually been sleeping. You've just been passing out. Real sleep changes the game. When you wake up on day 22, you will need that energy. The test is coming. Chapter 7. Overcoming the quit moment. Welcome to the danger zone. You have made it past 3 weeks. The initial burst of motivation that fueled you on day 1 is dead. The novelty of the new routine has worn off, but the automaticity of a true habit hasn't fully kicked in yet. You are in the limbo state. This is where 90% of people fail. They look at the calendar and think, "I've been good for 3 weeks. I deserve a break." Or they look at their results and think, "I've been working hard for 21 days. Why am I not a millionaire, model, genius yet?" This is the quit moment. It is a biological trick. Your brain hates energy expenditure. It wants you to go back to the couch. It wants you to go back to the easy dopamine. It will create rationalizations that sound incredibly logical. You're too tired today. You can skip just once. This isn't working anyway. The temptation to quit will be greatest just before you are about to succeed. The extinction burst. In psychology, this is called an extinction burst. When you try to kill a bad habit, it doesn't die quietly. It fights for its life. Just before a behavior disappears, it often spikes in intensity. You will feel a sudden, overwhelming urge to check social media, eat junk food, or skip your workout. Do not be alarmed. This urge is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that the old you is dying. The resistance is screaming, because it is losing. If you give in now, you reset the clock to 0. If you push through, you break the chain of the old identity forever. Negotiation is a loss. The moment you start negotiating with yourself, you have already lost. The amateur wakes up and asks, "Do I feel like working out today?" The professional wakes up and works out. There is no question, therefore there is no decision fatigue. To survive the quit moment, you must remove the option of choice. You are not a democracy, you are a dictatorship. The executive you gives the orders, and the employee you carries them out. The employee is not allowed to have an opinion on the schedule. The protocol. Days 22-26. The just 5 minutes. Lie. When the resistance is high, lie to yourself. Tell yourself, "I will just sit at my desk for 5 minutes," or "I will just put on my running shoes." Once you start, the friction disappears. The hard part is never the work. The hard part is starting. Visualizing the crash. When you feel the urge to quit, play the tape forward. Don't think about how good the break will feel. Think about how you will feel 1 hour later. The guilt, the shame, the knowledge that you betrayed your own word. Is the momentary relief worth the self-loathing? It never is. Chapter 8. Cementing the Habit. We are approaching the finish line of the 30-day hard reset, but the goal was never just to survive 30 days. The goal was to install a new operating system. A habit is formed when a behavior shifts from something you do to someone you are. In the beginning, you had to force yourself to go to the gym. It was an event. By now, hopefully, it is becoming strange not to go. This is the shift from discipline to identity. Discipline is battery power. It drains over time. Identity is a nuclear reactor. It runs itself. I don't versus I can't. To cement this win, you must change your vocabulary. When offered a distraction, a drink, a lazy day, a gossip session, the amateur says, "I can't." This implies you want to do it, but some external rule is stopping you. It feels like deprivation. The winner says, "I don't. I don't eat that. I don't miss workouts. I don't waste time on drama." I don't is an identity statement. It empowers you. It tells the world and your own subconscious that this is simply not part of your character anymore. The compound effect. You might look at the last 30 days and think, "I'm not rich yet. I'm not perfect yet." You are missing the point. You have planted the seeds. The law of compounding interest applies to habits just as it applies to money. A 1% improvement every day creates a 37x improvement over a year. The results of the last 30 days are often invisible. The roots have grown deep underground. If you keep watering them, the tree will shoot up faster than you can imagine. If you stop now, the roots die. The protocol, days 27 to 30. The final sprint. Finish strong. For the last 3 days, increase the intensity. Add 10 minutes to your work block. Add 5 minutes to your run. Cross the finish line at full speed, not stumbling. The review. On day 30, sit down with your journal. Look at your anti-vision from Chapter 3. Do you feel further away from that person? Look at your high-definition target. Do you feel closer? Conclusion. You have won. Now, keep going. You made it. You survived the detox, you built the vision, you endured the lock-in, and you passed the test. You have spent 30 days focusing on you. So, what now? Do you pop the champagne? Do you post a selfie saying, "I did it"? Do you take a week off to celebrate? No. The prize for winning the spelling bee is that you get to compete in the regional finals. The prize for winning the regionals is the nationals. The reward for good work is more work. The reward for reaching the top of the mountain is simply a better view of the next mountain. The 30-day reset was not a finish line, it was the warm-up. It was simply the price of admission to the real game. You have now proven to yourself that you are capable of focus, discipline, and control. You have taken the wheel of your own life. Don't tell people your plans. Show them your results. The old version of you would have stopped here. The new version of you understands that this is just the new standard. This is your baseline. This is your normal. Do not go back to the world and brag about your focus. Do not talk about what you are going to do. Stay in the shadows. Keep your head down. Keep your mouth shut. Keep working. One day, not too long from now, you will look up from your work and realize you have won. Not because you chased the trophy, but because you focused on yourself until the trophy had no choice but to come to you. Focus on you until you win. This concludes our journey today. Thank you for listening. If you found value in this, please leave a like. It really helps the channel. I'd also love to hear your favorite takeaway in the comments below. Subscribe for more audiobooks, and I'll see you in the next one.